On March 14, 1980, 11-year-old Odalis Silvera got off her boat in Miami, Florida, and stepped foot in the United States for the first time. Her father was an officer for the Cuban government when Fidel Castro took over. Odalis and her father quickly got on a boat and left for the United States as refugees, leaving back the rest of their family. 35 years later, she started a nonprofit organization that helps children and families like her. Having to leave your country, your family in another country must be a very scary thing, especially not knowing if you're ever going to get to see them again. I spent countless hours helping work for Miss Odalis' organization, Esperanza House. Esperanza House is a nonprofit organization that helps low-income Hispanic families meet their needs and allows for people who want to give back to the community an opportunity to serve. Through Esperanza House, Odalis Silvera has helped Hispanic immigrants with their basic needs as they have made the transition from old countries to the United States. I admire Ms. Odalis' hard work and compassion towards low-income Hispanic families by helping with their educational, physical, and spiritual needs. I will start with Ms. Odalis' help with educational needs in the local community. When Odalis Silvera moved to Auburn, Alabama a few years ago, she noticed that the educational needs for the Hispanic community were not being met. Just to prove that this is true, a study was done by the Journal of Counseling and Development that proved that most low-income Hispanic children needed some sort of help in school. When Ms. Odalis realized this, that there were so many Hispanic children in Auburn that needed help, she took matters into her own hands. Many of the children in her organization have just moved to the United States within the last few years. These children only speak their native languages and need help learning the English language as well as the other subjects taught in public schools. Ms. Odalis has partnered with Auburn City Schools and taught her organization to start tutoring children of all ages. In 2016, Esperanza House started off helping 6 children, and now they have over 150 children that they help weekly. In order to make this possible, dozens of generous Auburn University students have chosen to give their time to help tutor these kids. Ms. Odalis has also helped provide low-income families with all the school supplies necessary for each student, such as backpacks, binders, pencils and paper, and much, much more. This isn't the only thing that Ms. Odalis' organization does. The second thing that Esperanza House does is help provide for the physical needs of its families. Many low-income families struggle to pay for food, clothing, and other necessities for everyday life. Ms. Odalis saw that this was a problem and has done a huge part in helping provide for families with the necessities that they need. I'll tell a quick little story that shows some of the needs of these families. So a few years ago, Auburn City Schools noticed that 2 Hispanic sisters were rotating days that they went to school. There was never a day that both of them showed up, and the school reported it to Miss Odalis and Esperanza House to see if they could figure out what was going on. It turned out that these girls only had 1 pair of shoes, so only 1 girl could go to school each day. As soon as Miss Odalis found out about this, Esperanza House provided each girl with a pair of shoes so that both of them could go to school every day. Miss Odalis has also set up a system to provide a food box for each of his families twice a week to ensure that parents and the children in the organizations have food. These boxes also contain hygiene products such as toothpaste, deodorant, and much, much more. Esperanza House has also partnered with other local ministries to have clothes and food drives to meet all the clothing and shoe needs. Lots of families also have medical needs that they cannot pay for. With the generosity of local physicians and pharmacies, Ms. Odalis has helped provide the children in the organization with the necessary medicine and procedures. Right now, Esperanza House serves over 60 families and plans to raise that number in the near future. Lastly, Odalis Silvera and her organization help contribute to the spiritual needs of its families. To Miss Odalis, this is the most important part of her ministry. In the summers, Esperanza House holds weekly get-togethers that allow the children and parents to hang out, play, and have lunch. Before lunch, a devotion is read aloud, worship music is played by a local musician, and a prayer is said. Miss O'Dallas also works to have the children in her ministry sent to camps such as Camp Windshape, Camp Marinook, and arts and sports camps based on each child's interests. All of these camps are Christian-based camps, so these children get to be around Christianity and hear the good news. Miss O'Dallas's ultimate goal with her organization is to spread the love of Jesus Christ to the local Hispanic community and everyone around her. Miss O'Dallas has had a huge impact on the whole community of Auburn by helping low-income Hispanic families and providing for their educational, physical, and spiritual needs. I admire the way that O'Dallas Silvera loves with action, and I aspire to be more like her every day.